Hey everybody, good morning and happy Saturday. I am here with my good friend, the Beekeeper today, and we are actually at the post office right now. And I wanted to talk to you about a couple things that are kind of important. When we get to the spring and we have some kind of weird weather, this is a really common thing that happens when it's unfortunately like package B pickup time. You'll have a week where it's in the 60s and 70s Fahrenheit. Everything is nice and warm. All of the trees are starting to blossom, and the bushes and flowers, everything is starting to show new signs of spring life. And then you get those days where you have like a 25-degree overnight temp. You have 30s and 40s during the day. And we had that today. Normally, when we get our packages, I pick them up, I come home, I install them the same day, no big deal. Unfortunately, today, it's a high of 48, tomorrow's high is 56, and we're obviously not going to be doing a package install today. But one thing I wanted to kind of walk you through is what the process looks like when you're ordering and receiving package Bs. The first thing I want you to do is whoever you're buying from in the US, they're probably shipping via US Postal Service if they're being sent in the mail. So go ahead and go to the USPS website. Sign up for tracking updates. You can just put your phone number in and it will update you whenever your bees move from point A to point B. The one thing I did try to do kind of proactively is I called the 800 number because they don't give you the number for your local post office. So I called the 800 number to try to get to somebody to say, hey, listen, I've got bees on the way. I wanted to give you a heads up. Is there anything that I can do to help facilitate things and make it smoother, easier, or better for you? I spent like 15 minutes going through the menu and could never actually get to a real person, so I kind of abandoned that mission. But this morning, the post office called and said, hey, how you doing? Your bees are here. We open at 10 a.m. So I tried to call back, and I said, I wanted to say, hey, great, I'm going to be there around this time. I would like to record when I come in, if that's possible. I'm a beekeeping educator, and I wanted to kind of share the process with everybody and make sure that they kind of understand what's going on. And shocker, they didn't answer the phone when I called, and it rang like 4,000 times. So I'm just here. We're here at the post office now, and I'm going to go ahead and go in. I'm going to pick up the packages. I brought a box with me, just a regular cardboard box. And what we're going to do is we're going to put the bees into the box, not because it's going to provide any real warmth or anything, but because it's so windy and cool, we want to make sure that that wind is just not causing any additional stress. I mean, they've spent the last 4 or 5 days in packages, shipping from Georgia up to where we are here in Virginia. It's not a very happy journey, and I'm sure they'd really like to get somewhere nice and quiet. So we're going to bring them into the car here in a box. Phoebe's going to hold on to them while we make the trip to the house. And then when I get home, I'm going to place them in a nice, quiet, warm area where the air handler is. I'll spray them down with some sugar syrup ahead of time. I have never had a package bee or packages of bees that I've bought where they've run out of the sugar syrup that is in the container. But I'm going to go ahead and spray them with a little extra sugar syrup anyway, just to kind of give them a fresh snack, kind of keep them cool. And then we're going to let them set until tomorrow. Like I said, tomorrow's high is 56, but if it's nice out and other bees that are in the neighborhood are flying and they're active, we will try to do a quick install. Otherwise, it's going to be nice again on Monday, and we will just, go ahead and do the install on Monday, and of course, we'll capture that as well. So I'm going to jump inside real quick. They're probably going to tell me that I need to drive around to the back to pick them up. We'll see what they say, but we'll get back with you shortly. All right, everybody, we got Phoebe here with the bees. Now, I want to talk to you real quick. If you look at the bottom of the package, there's almost no bees here at all that have died. This is what you want. You want to make sure you're getting less than an inch of dead bees at the bottom, and we only have a few. This is really great, but there is a surprise, folks. We actually got the second order as well. Apparently we're getting 4 today, not just the 2. Now you see we have a lot more dead bees here at the bottom, but not anywhere near something that would be alarming or an issue. So we're gonna go ahead and get them all loaded up. All right, everybody, well, like I mentioned, we had a bit of a surprise. The tracking information was showing that we had 2 colonies coming today, not 4. So we have all 4. Phoebe's gonna have 2 of them in her lap. And of course, normally they ride shotgun with me, but since we got the Beekeeper helping us out today, we're gonna have a couple of them sitting on her lap. So we're gonna go ahead and buckle these gals in and make sure they are safe on the ride home. And there we go. All right, and here's Phoebe with her packages here riding on her lap. So we're gonna head on home and get these gals put away. Okay everyone, we did make a slight modification. We went ahead and put both packages, or I should say both packages of 2, so all 4 of them are now in the back seat. And that way, I started thinking that it might not be a good idea to have them on Phoebe's lap like that. In the event of an accident, we would have an airbag deploy and be throwing a bunch of honeybees up in her face. And I didn't like that idea. So we're gonna go ahead and put them both in the back seat, and that ought to take care of that. Okay everyone, we are back at the house. The bees are all put away. We're gonna put them into, or we already put them into a space that is nice and dark. It's a little warm. It's maybe like 65, 70 degrees Fahrenheit. We're gonna leave them there until we're ready to do the install. They've got plenty of sugar syrup, so they're gonna be okay for a couple of days without any issue at all. But I wanted to just do a quick recap with you in case you are going through this process. Step number 1, I want to make sure that after you've placed your order and you have shipping notification, go ahead and set up that USPS text tracking so you know where the bees are. Communicate with your local post office early and often if possible. They are not easy to get a hold of, but if you can, that would be great. The day they called me, I went and picked them up within an hour or 2. So make sure that you're responsive to that and they don't want them in there. Some people are really scared. Now today, we had what I would consider for post office standards a pretty excellent experience. The gal behind the counter, I just told her, hey, this is what I'm here for. She said, oh, you got bees, no problem. She turns around, walks over to a bin, pulls a cloth off of the bin. They had a cloth over it to keep it nice and dark. She pulls out the packages and hands them to me. She was very calm and everything was great. I've been in there before where people look at me like I just shipped in some Africanized bees or something like that. They look really, really scared. But just stay calm, be nice, get your bees and go about your day. You saw how we secured them in the back seat there with a seat belt. We had no problems at all with that. They made the trip home fine. And if you are going to do the install right away, which is perfectly fine, get your sugar syrup ready and you can continue on. Now we're gonna go ahead and follow up tomorrow or the next day, whenever it ends up being, and we're gonna give you supplemental and additional videos here walking through the actual install of the packages, and we will continue, following things as they progress. I do want to let you know, we have a couple people who are some of our Buy Me a Coffee members. They need to name these queens, so I'm going to be reaching out to you guys so you can name your queens. We have 6 total colonies, 4 of them are here, and we have 2 more to go. So there are still opportunities if you want to name the other 2. Take care, everybody. Be kind to one another. Remember that I love you, and there's nothing you can do about it. We'll talk to you soon.